Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Paradox Machine. As most, if not all of you may know, Blizzard just did their development update in their release today, where they talked about a lot of big things coming up in Diablo 4, including Season 1. So we are about to exit the pre-season period and go into the first season, but they did talk about a whole bunch of stuff today, and it was a rather long event, so maybe you didn't have enough time to check it all out or hear everything that was important to come up. So I took some notes so that I could put together a brief, succinct video just so that you could get the bullet points without having to watch a nearly 2-hour long video. So here we go. First of all, they did talk about some updates that are going to be going into place today. And I do have my cheat sheet here. I'm going to be referencing that because, like I said, it's a lot of information. But with 1.04, the new update that's being patched in today, I didn't get to see the patch notes yet, but they did mention one thing that I think is pretty big, and that is that now you can get unique drops coming from the Helltide chest. That's awesome, and if you don't understand the significance of that, that means that you can start to target farm specific uniques. So if you're looking for, I don't know, like me, you're looking for Penitent Greaves, you can go into the Helltide event, you can start gathering up all of your materials there, and then find those boot chests so that you can open those up, and that will help you target farm that specific unique. And it works across the board with any of the other uniques that you're looking for too. So that is the big news about the patch that's going in right now. It looks like they are taking the servers down or have them at a minimum level right now, according to the Blizzard app. Their BattleNet launcher saying that they are going to be doing maintenance between like 2 and 5 today Pacific time. So they're almost done with that. Not quite yet, but sure enough, we're going to be seeing those updates come through today. But onwards to the important stuff, Season 1. So we have Season 1. The theme of this season is going to be the Season of the Malignant, which brings in some unique and, I guess, new mechanics that we have not seen before. I don't recall seeing it even in Diablo 3, but certainly not in Diablo 4. The start date for that is going to be July 20th. So we're just a couple of weeks away from it, really. It's going to be a big launch, I'm sure. Hopefully they get all their servers and everything up and going for that. But with Season of the Malignant, you're going to be running into specific monsters. They are always going to be elite monsters from the way it sounds, and those elite monsters are going to be marked as malignant, which means that they can drop a heart, which you will then pick up and go through a ritual, which will then go ahead and spawn in a more powerful version of that monster with minions and all that stuff, and that can give you a caged heart. Now the caged hearts seem to work almost like the legendary gem system from Diablo 3, from what I understand, and what that means is that you can socket those into your jewelry, and each one of those hearts is going to offer you what seems to be a legendary power almost. So you're going to be changing everything we know about the playstyles, everything we know about the grind of the game so far. Everything's about to change with those. They're going to add different affixes to your build, and it's going to make you change everything up, which sounds amazing. A couple of the things that we want to pay attention to also is we are going to get new story stuff, new challenges, new build ideas, all of that stuff. Let me take a look at my notes here. Oh, there's going to be 32 malignant powers, so we're going to have a lot to choose from there. Another thing that we're going to want to pay attention to is that just because you find one of those caged hearts doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be able to use it with the gear that you have, because all of your jewelry is going to be assigned a color. There's going to be 3 colors, and all of your caged hearts need to correspond to the color of the jewelry slot that you have. If you don't have that color, you can't use that heart. So there you go. But there is another twist to that. There's 3 colors for the jewelry, but there's 4 different kinds of hearts. So you'll have one that corresponds to each different color, but one that can be used universally. Now, I'm pretty sure there's going to be some kind of constraint on the ones that you can be used universally. I don't think they're going to be letting you just try to farm those specifically and use it any way you want. You're going to have to work something out. But if you don't want to go through that process I just explained, you will be able to actually salvage those caged hearts, and you will be able to get a material for them that allows you to craft what is called an invoker. Now, invokers, you will take to a, what did they call it? Tunnel? Malignant tunnel. Yes, that's right, a malignant tunnel. And while you're in that Malignant tunnel, you'll have a chance to farm more Malignant monsters. But more than that, you will be able to get basically target farm the color of the heart that you need. So if you have a jewel that has, let's say, a red slot, I'm not sure what colors exactly they're going to be. I can't remember if they said that or not. But let's say you have a blue slot and you need a blue heart. You'll be able to target farm a blue heart using that evoker. So you're not going to be wandering around the wilds going, oh, I don't know what to do. You'll be able to get some kind of target farming going on to kind of streamline your progress. Some other big notes that are going to be coming with the new storyline we're getting with Season 1, which is going to exist outside of the main storyline of the game, an independent storyline, if you will, is we are going to be seeing new bosses. That was confirmed today. We're going to be seeing new legendaries and their corresponding aspects. That has been confirmed today. We're going to be seeing new uniques. That will be confirmed today. And we will be able to get that stuff on the 18th when the patch gets installed. So we will be able to download all the information and install it into our clients on the 18th, and the season launches on the 20th. Now that is kind of important because if you're playing on the Eternal Realm, that means you'll have access to all those new items. Everything of those items, with the exception of the season mechanics, will exist in the Eternal Realm. So you'll be able to, maybe if you're lucky enough, get some of the new uniques, maybe some of the new aspects, all that jazz. So we are looking pretty good there too. They did talk about the season journey. It will exist like it did in Diablo 3, but it seems like they've kind of changed it up a little bit. We're not going to be farming a season journey to get the Hadrig's gift so that you can get a starter set. Instead, you're going to be getting stuff that will help you progress your battle pass, some cosmetic stuff it looked like, some items it looked like, but also I did see that they're going to have different aspects that are only accessible through doing the season journey, and I'm pretty sure those aspects are what are going to really push your build to the limit, if I understood what they were saying correctly, of course. But that is a big thing. But that brings us to the next big thing that we were talking about today. They were talking about today, and that is the battle pass. Now, I am still kind of up in the air with this. I don't know how to feel about it. I think there's a lot of room for this to get really, really, really screwed up really quickly. I'm hoping that they don't. But from what I saw today, it's a little bit reassuring. So the battle pass, you will earn points just by playing the game. But there's also favors you can earn by doing the season journey, and that will help you progress your battle pass. From what I saw in the battle pass, everything seemed to be cosmetic, and with the exception of one thing, I can't remember what they were called, ashes, I believe. Smoldering ashes, yes, the smoldering ashes, which you use to purchase seasonal blessings. Now this is where I started to get nervous, because seasonal blessings all seem to be a buff that you can purchase using rewards you get from the season pass, which means that if it seemed like they were setting it up for that you could basically get OP way too quick, especially if you purchased tiers of the battle pass, so basically pay to win. But it looks like what they did was they level locked that stuff. So just because you have the ashes to purchase a certain seasonal blessing doesn't mean your character is going to have access to that. So say you get stuff that gets you plus to malignant hearts or something like that, buffs your ability to find and farm the malignant hearts. Well, you may not be able to access that until, say, your character is level 40. So just because you've purchased the season blessing doesn't mean you're going to be able to use it, which, awesome. They put the constraint that we needed on there so that it doesn't become a pay-to-win game. There's some other things that they talked about, and this is kind of the big stuff, things that I really want people to take heed of in this video, is what to complete prior to the season starting. And the big one there that you should complete first, I'm sure most of, once again, if not all of you have done this, but if you haven't, complete the campaign, because you cannot start to take part in all of the new seasonal mechanics, all the new seasonal story, all of that stuff that comes with season 1. You cannot take part in all that stuff until you've completed the main campaign. So if you haven't done it yet, I advise you to just throw it onto World Tier 1. Don't worry about everything else. throw it onto World Tier 1, grab the character you want to play with, and just rush through the main story. World Tier 1 is super easy. Everything dies if you just look at it funny. So just go ahead and cruise through the game at World Tier 1 and complete that campaign, get it out of the way. The next big thing you want to do is to clear the entirety of the map. All you have to do is move your mouse, or on console, whatever you do, to select different areas of the world map, find those areas that are listed as undiscovered and go there. You don't have to do anything there. Just walk into the area, clear all the fog off the map, and that is important because you are not only going to be able to move that progress of your map, the areas that you have uncovered, over into Season 1, you also keep the renown you earn from going into Season 1. The next thing you want to do is find all of the Alters of Lilith. Now, this is a tedious chore. I will be the first one to tell you that. I've done it. All you have to do is find a map online. I'll even put the one that I used, into the description of this video down below. That way you can go to that and use that. It'll map out all the areas that you can find an Altar of Lilith. Go ahead and do that. Not only are those altars going to give you buffs to certain stats, but they also give you quite a bit of renown. If you complete those two things, you will be able to get 1 skill point for each area on the map, so 5 skill points, and you will get an additional 5 potions. So you'll be able to start at level 1 with max potions and 5 skill points. Already, that is a massive power jump to be starting the season with. So that is something you're definitely gonna want to do. The next thing that they did mention is on the 18th, or even if the season's already started, you need to, before you start your seasonal character, you need to do something, and that is to pick the character you have the most progress on and log into it on the Eternal Realm. You're doing that because when you do that with the update they're putting out on the 18th, it's going to take all that progress and share it account-wide. So all of the areas of the map, all that stuff will now be uncovered for every character you start, including in Season 1. So you're going to be able to get access to everything you've been doing for the past, 5 weeks now or something like that. All of that progress is going to be copied over account-wide, and you'll have access to it as you start Season 1. But that seems to be the big bullet points. I think I've condensed that down to about 13, 14 minutes now. So if you hadn't had a chance to watch all that stuff that they did today, now you got the bullet points. Now you haven't really missed anything. And if you have any questions, go ahead and leave them down in the comments. All that stuff, I'll do my best to get to your questions. And if you enjoyed this video, please make sure you leave a like. That really helps out the channel, helps the channel grow. And that is all I have to say. I will not keep you guys anymore. If you'd like to subscribe, make sure you hit that subscribe button, ding the little bell, all that jazz. And until next time, guys, I'll see you later.